So Scottish independence. So little Alex Salmond is selling Scotland out to Europe. Is this true? Is it not Scottish independence?
Little fish face Alex Salmon.
Yeah.
It's not true independence. That's why I'm not excited. I wanted a sort of republic style-y sort of thing.
Yeah.
But what is actual, in fact, we're voting ourselves into Europe through the back door, and it's part of a large plan that's been planned out for hundreds of years.
Basically strip sovereignty away from nations, and Scottish independence will be even less independent than we are now if it becomes if it's a yes vote. We've been set up to basically go into Europe, so we'll lose all our basically laws that have kept the British people, Scottish people separate from Europe, and it's just going to be a catastrophe.
It's part of the New World Order plan,
right?
And it's to divide and conquer Britain, because we were stronger. We would have been, because we're not stronger together. It's stronger away from Europe.
Stronger away from Europe, yeah.
Yeah, and we it's like better the devil you know than the devil you don't. But now they're saying, oh, you've got independence, but it's not independence because we're actually voting ourselves into Europe.
It's the most insane thing any nation can do. Ask any nation that's in Europe just now if they want to get out of Europe. They will absolutely tell you 100%. We want out of this crap, you know.
Because we're going to take on their debts.
Exactly.
You know, and it's just putting you right into the full.
We're going to be a small nation, and the small nations suffer more than the larger nations.
Yeah,
they just get totally.
I was arguing with a guy who's a scientist. Okay, he's been to university and he's apparently a very clever man. And he said that Scotland couldn't independently be self-sufficient with food.
Right.
Right. So this is the sort of intelligent people of Scotland. They're saying, you need to import food.
Even though it's something like 90% of our land is farmland, or 95% it is actually. Yeah. So it's, I mean,
all the farms are
work that one out.
Not to farm on because
right.
they've all got windmills.
Right.
So
windmills, not actual old style Holland windmills where they produce food and bread and all that. It's actually, wind turbines. That's what we mean.
Wind turbines. It's the future. So we've got electricity, but we've got no food.
Right.
So we've got all that problems. Then the banks are going to be run by the Bank of England. Everyone keeps saying it doesn't matter who. Of course it matters.
Central British Bank, yeah.
Yeah. So the Rothschilds are still doing that side of things. Then you've got the problems with Angela Merkel and the G8, and all the problems that go with it. This is all part of a plan. So if we didn't get it, I'd actually be surprised, because I'm thinking that
if we don't get independence, we can still basically UKIP will be full steam ahead if we vote no, and that'll be a good party to get behind actually, because I think Nigel Farage is about the only independent speaker left in the UK, because all the political parties have basically sold their sovereignty out, and they've done that basically in the late 90s. Yeah. Lord Monckton made a various documentaries about this. So,
well, one of the big things that concerns me, and I wouldn't mind going in later on, I was going to show you in Glasgow, was the Communist Party is in full steam. I think it's Queen Street they're on, and they're going about with bullhorns shouting about the NHS and stuff. First off, right, the NHS is useless. It's making people iller. Everything to do with the medical.
It's been compromised. System. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it'll keep you alive probably, but it won't get you any better.
Right.
So short term for broken arms and stuff like that. Yeah, they're brilliant. Right, but that's a side issue. The main issue is communism. What's communism having done? Mao, Stalin, Karl Marx was a Satanist. And
these people are very dangerous. I mean, they're just going to be basically feeding themselves at the expense of everybody else. That's what communism is.
Yeah, communism, I mean, are these, they're like 21, 22-year-old coffee shop revolutionaries that are all sitting, and going, oh, it's power to the people and solidarity and all this sort of crap that you've heard.
And all they're doing is self-preservation society, communism.
And so they bring up, they start making these appearances wearing stupid hats and stuff, and George Galloway is the prime man. They all sort of.
He definitely looks after himself. That man, there's no doubt about it. He does speak well. He defends himself well. But As for having a clue about economics, I don't think he's got the slightest clue about a real economic system.
He's a dangerous man because he's not only is he very prideful,
Right.
But the danger lies where he's pro-Islam, he's pro-Islamic, and I don't mean the normal people. I'm actually talking about the agenda with that, and also he's pro-communism. He's and so which fits into the full ideology of Islam.
Yeah, sure.
So you got someone like that. Then you've got someone else that's sprouted their head up again, which is Tommy Sheridan, and so he's shouting
from his massage parlour, has he? He's appeared from there again.
Diamond Dolls or something. No, he's coming with a St Andrew's flag T-shirt, and he's putting on a thick Scottish accent to try and be a man of the people, trying to be one of the boys and stuff.
From his tanning parlour, he goes to visits for quite regularly, doesn't he?
Probably, mate. Yeah, and but I guaranteed if there is power and he gets any, he'll be walking about in Armani suits and driving Bentleys just the same as all the rest of them.
And he'll be saying that he's fighting for the people while he's basically earning a fantastic wage off of people. That's communism and socialism and a handbasket for you, do you know what I mean? People are being deceived by this. They were deceived by Adolf Hitler, of course. And
well, your lifestyle speaks of who you are. Sure. And if you're going about to strip clubs, and even though you're married and stuff like that, and then get done for perjury, that's what kind of guy you are. You're an adulterer. Right. And you're a liar. Right. And it's not like he's repented to everyone and said, I'm really sorry. He's still fighting it. So he's still lying, and so he's still a liar, and he's still got an agenda. So I've got no respect for him whatsoever, and I'd love to get in a boxing ring with him, to be honest. Yeah, let's get in a boxing ring for charity, of course. Yeah, for charity. George Galloway, he showed what he's all about behind the scenes in Big Brother. Really and truly, what was that about? It was quite disturbing. I found it funny at the time, but it's very weird. But it's just typical politicians these days. Well, this is what's going on, and out of 6.5 million people, and the people of Scotland are really, you've got, it's the same as the people of the rest of the world. Very clever people, very straight people. Some of them, straight talkers. And out of all those people, can we not get better people than this? Alex Salmon, Tommy Sheridan, and basically all our good politicians have probably been murdered. There's no doubt about it. Yeah. In the past, but anyway, they kept quiet and kept in the gutter. So we're at the precipice of Scottish independence, but we're going to be putting it into the hands of pure psychopaths and basically people who have no clue about what real sovereignty is. No. No clue about that. No. And another big problem is that they're wanting rid of the nuclear weapons and stuff like that, which is great, but that's a kind of that's a side issue that Sure. But yeah. No, vote no. I think we're in no campaign right now at this stage, so vote no if you want to basically preserve your rights in Scotland within the United Kingdom, and then fight for an independent United Kingdom, properly independent United Kingdom. Because we choose when we're doing a referendum. Because the reason, remember, we had the United Kingdom was partly because it was a religious union, because Catholicism was banned at one time in the UK. But obviously they don't tell people the true history of the UK, so that's the reason that I think God gave the UK any type of blessing whatsoever. We know they did some bad things and everything, but still, we don't want to be under a. It's a smoke and mirrors. Vatican. People don't actually know the full paperwork that's behind this. Yeah. No one's been straight with the people. No one's actually saying, "Oh, this is what will actually get involved." They're going to harp on, and what they'll do is they'll distract you with oil. They'll say, "Oh, look at this oil." All right, you might get some tax money from the oil, but it's smoke and mirrors. The full realities and the full depths of the economics to this is unbelievable. Right. And the consequences are. So the economy is we're just scratching the surface with that. But if you really want to be a Scottish national and enjoy any sovereign law, you got to basically fight for the United Kingdom and get behind UKIP and vote no for Scottish independence. I think that's what we're saying, man. Yeah, and cool. But just I'll leave you with this one thought. Do you really think that these oil companies are going to give one single penny to somebody just like a normal person just living in a council house up in the Highlands of Scotland? For what reason? Why? because it does no sense, makes no sense whatsoever. They're not going to get a penny of it.
Exactly. They're all corporate institutions, so it's not okay. All right, thanks, man. Cheers.
Cheers, man.